Hello, everybody. It's the LITA Performance Hour, and I'm here with Ed Hilton and with Victoria Ryan and her chorus that she's going to introduce. And we're going to start right off with Victoria Ryan and the chorus. And Victoria, you tell everyone all about what you guys are going to do and who you are.
Okay, so I got the inspiration this morning that, I always build this big hat and talk about the hat. But you know what I enjoy even more than beautiful flowers is beautiful true blue friends. And so who needs flowers when you have this? So we are old time friends. We've been singing together in choruses for our Buddhist SGI for years. And we're going to start out the song with the song that we usually start out with, which is You Are My Sunshine.
Okay, you going to introduce everybody, though, Victoria?
Johnny and Kelly. Kelly, you start.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Tina.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Nancy.
Yay!
Did you like our life stories? We're really good at that.
You can sing your life story, right?
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, when I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Or my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Beautiful, beautiful. You bring sunshine into our lives. That's terrific.
Right.
Wonderful. Why don't we go right to Ed Hilton, our special guest, our featured guest today, and that's wonderful. And Ed, you're now on Spotlight.
All right, I bet I could come up with a sunshine song. Let's see. We stood in the windy city, the gypsy boy and I. We laughed and we sang in the moonlight, with a raindrop and tears in our eyes. And who's going to be the one to say it was no good what we done? I dare a man to say I'm too young, or I'm going to try for the sun. We huddled in the derelict building, and when he thought I was asleep, he threw his full coat round my shoulder and shivered there beside me in a heap. And who's going to be the one to say it was no good what we done? I dare a man to say I'm too young, or I'm going to try for the sun. We sang and cracked the air with our laughter. Our breath turned to mist in the cold. Our ages put together counted 30, but our eyes told the dawn that we were old. And who's going to be the one to say it was no good what we done? I dare a man to say I'm too young. I'm going to try for the sun. Mirror, mirror hanging in the sky, please look down, see what's happening here below. I stand here singing to the flowers, so very few people really know. And who's going to be the one to say it was no good what we done? I dare a man to say I'm too young, for I'm going to try for the sun.
Beautiful, Ed. That's great. So what's the name of that song? Try for the Sun?
To try for the sun.
To Try for the Sun. Okay. Great. Is that Donovan?
Yeah.
I thought so. Great. Well, let's hear another one.
All right.
It doesn't have to be about sunshine, but it can be if you want.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. Then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. I grew strong, I learned how to get along, and now you're back from outer space. I just walked in to see you here with that look upon your face. Should have changed that stupid lock, should have made you leave the key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go, walk out the door, just turn around now, you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble, think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, know that I'll survive. I've got all my life to live, I've got all my love to give. I will survive, will survive. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. Felt like dropping in, expect me to be free. Well, I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go, walk out the door, just turn around now, you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to crush me with goodbye? Think I'd crumble, think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, know that I'm alive. I've got all my life to live, I've got all my love to give. I will survive, I will survive. Hey, hey.
All right. You survived. We've all survived.
One of a real funny scene is in one of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. He's walking down this road going, "Oh no, not I will survive as long as I know how to love."
Okay, well, why don't I slip in a sunshine song here, and we'll come back to Ed for sure. But thank you, Ed. And my go-to sunshine song these days is the old familiar Beatles song. Here Comes the Sun. All right, let's try it. I'll move back a little so maybe I'll get the guitar. There it is. sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, rainy winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun, 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 here it comes. Okay, a little sunshine.
Wow, I wish you could have heard your backup singers.
Where were they? They didn't show up. I don't know. Okay. All right. But you know, that's a lot of sunshine. That's and we've got an awful lot of sunshine and it's getting kind of hot. So how about if I sing a song that has some clouds in it, because it's called Clouds, you know. Some people call it Both Sides now. The Joni Mitchell song. Bows and flows of angels' hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions. I recall I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way it feels when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go. And if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Oh, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. Both sides now. We've seen that. Victoria, are you and the chorus going to do another one now, or
Friend.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
that would be great.
This was written by a friend of mine in North Hollywood in the 1980s for our wonderful. We always have
Thank you.
choruses, but
Yep. You good?
There we go.
Okay.
oh, do we need the pitch pipe for the first note? Or do
Yeah.
we
Uh,
are friendly, da dee.
We
Oh, it's a dee.
we are friends.
This is the one you're doing. Well, we
We
are. Now, not too slow. 1, 2, 3.
We are friends from many lands, hand in hand. We are vowed to take a stand for human dignity. Raise your banners high, let 'em fly from shore to shore. All aboard, it's a peace worth fighting for. We're changing destiny, friends forevermore. Lift your voices, sing as one, a song of harmony. For coast and roof who we become, friends forever, we are creating history. We are friends, and side by side, we unite, join together, life to life, a human victory. Hope for all mankind, let it shine. This age of youth, we have proved there is justice, there is truth. We'll be eternally friends forevermore. Lift your voices, sing as one, a song of harmony. For close and roof who we become, friends forever, we are creating history. We are friends from many lands, hand in hand. We are bound to take a stand for human dignity. Raise your banners high, let them fly from shore to shore. All aboard, it's a peace worth fighting for. We're changing destiny, friends forevermore. Lift your voices, sing as one, a song of harmony. For close and blue we become friends forever. We are creating history. Friends forever. Lift your voices, sing as one, a song of harmony. For cause and blue we become friends forever. We are creating history.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, terrific. So great to hear people actually singing together in person.
I know, ain't it? Ain't it the
Wow,
greatest?
what a concept. And Ed, I guess you and I'll just have to sing by ourselves this time, but I bet you've got some good songs that you can sing all by yourself.
I do. Um, okay, something just happened. I got muted unexpectedly, but I guess I'm okay now.
You're there. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, well, as a younger person, I was up in a forest watchman tower for a couple of summers in Maine, and this guy was my boss. With a ranger's hat and shovel, pair of dungarees, find him in the forest, always sniffing at the breeze. People stop and pay attention when he tells them to beware, 'cause everybody knows he's a fire-preventing bear. Smoky the Bear, Smoky the Bear, prowling and a growling and a sniffing the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smoky, was how he got his name. You can camp out on his doorstep, make you feel at home. Can run and hunt and ramble anywhere you care to roam. He'll let you steal his honey, pretend he's not too smart, but don't you harm the trees, 'cause he's a ranger in his heart. Smoky the Bear, Smoky the Bear, growling and a prowling and a sniffing the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smoky, was how he got his name. Can take a tip from Smoky, there's nothing like a tree. They're good for kids to climb on and they're beautiful to see. Just have to look around you and you'll see that it's no joke to see just what would happen if they all went up in smoke. Smoky the Bear, Smoky the Bear, prowling and a growling and a sniffing the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smoky, was how he got his name. If you've ever seen a forest where the fire is running wild, you love the things within it like a mother loves her child. And you know why Smoky tells you when he sees you passing through, remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do. Smoky the Bear, Smoky the Bear, prowling and a growling and a sniffing the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smoky, was how he got his name. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smoky, was how he got his name.
All right, Smokey the Bear.
Smokey
Hey,
the
Ed,
Bear.
we would love to have some more light on your face, but don't light a fire in order to put it there. Do you have any? Do you have any lamp
No,
or anything you could?
I have lamps on, but the problem is I don't have a good dark curtain for my windows, so that
Okay.
turns everything dark no matter what.
Well, we'll have to live with it. But
Oh
anyway,
well.
all right. Okay. Well, would you like to do another one now, or
Sure. Sure.
Why don't you do another one?
All right. Let's see. How about a song by Utah Phillips? Did a lot of songs about trains and hobos, homeless people that traveled on the trains long ago. And at one point, people thought trains were going to get phased out, and passenger trains did. But um, anyway, this is about passenger trains. Um, Daddy, what's a train? Is it something I can ride? Does it carry lots of grown-up folks, little kids inside? Is it bigger than our house? Well, how can I explain when my little boy asks me, Daddy, what's a train? I remember when I was a kid, living by the tracks. Us kids would gather up the coal in a great big gunny sack. Then we'd hear the warning sound as the train pulled into view. The engineer would smile and wave as she went rolling through. She blew so loud and clear, we covered up our ears, counted cars high as we could go. I can almost hear the steam and the big old driver scream with a sound my little boy will never know. Daddy, what's a train? Is it something I can ride? Does it carry lots of grown-up folks, little kids inside? Is it bigger than our house? Well, how can I explain when my little boy asked me, Daddy, what's a train? I guess the times have changed. Kids are different now. Some don't even seem to know milk comes from a cow. My little boy can say the names of all the baseball stars. I remember how we memorized names on the railroad cars. Wabash and the teepee, Lackawanna and I.C., Nickel Plate, good old Santa Fe. Names out of the past, and I know they're fading fast every time I hear my little boy say, Daddy, what's a train? Is it something I can ride? Does it carry lots of grown-up folks, little kids inside? Is it bigger than our house? Well, how can I explain when my little boy asked me, Daddy, what's a train? Climbed into the car, drove on into town, right up to the depot house where no one was around. We searched the yard together for something I could show, but I know there hadn't been a train for a dozen years or so. All the things I did when I was just a kid, how far away the memories appear. But it's plain enough to see they meant a lot to me. My ambition was to be an engineer. Daddy, what's a train? Is it something I can ride? Does it carry lots of grown-up folks, little kids inside? Is it bigger than our house? Well, how can I explain when my little boy asked me, Daddy, what's a train?
All right, all right. I didn't hear the name Amtrak in there though, but whatever.
That came along later.
Yes, that did. Well, that's great. What's a train? And you know what? We're about in the middle of the show here. Whoops. What? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was not what I needed to do. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn right now, since we're in the middle of the show, to someone who's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, if he's there, Eugene, to give us a weather report from Kauai. Eugene, calling Eugene, calling Eugene. Put on your video.
Okay.
We want to know what it looks like in your idyllic spot here.
Okay.
Oh, it looks a little cloudy today.
It's a little cloudy today. This is the sleeping giant here. It's just a few blocks from me. It's quite a hike up to the top. But it's about 80 degrees and it's a beautiful day.
Okay. Well, yes, when I came out to visit you, I declined trying to climb to the top of the sleeping giant. So,
Yeah, most people they skip that one.
all right. Well, great to see you, Eugene.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go back to the SGI choir if they are ready. And thank you, Eugene. Whoops. Asked to unmute. Okay, you guys need to unmute. Okay, you're still on mute. Hello. Should I slip in a song here and then whoop?
Yeah, okay, but you're muted right now.
You're muted, Victoria.
Unmute. Are we unmuted?
Now you're unmuted.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Terrific.
Thank you.
The
Yeah, I'll look on. We're on. We're on. The world needs love. Is that a good?
Yep.
No. Okay. Let's see. We all in the camera.
Yep.
Oh,
I think
we're
we're here.
switching spots, eh?
Yeah, Johnny switched
Oh,
up.
look at
Oop.
we look
You-
bigger.
No, you're good. You're
We
good.
look bigger
Okay.
suddenly.
I'll walk on the top. I'll walk on the bottom. You walk on the top.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
What
the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. We don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. We don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen now, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Pretty good for
You,
not doing it in a while.
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful. That's
Thank
great.
you.
That's wonderful.
Do you
What
like my Gilda Radner pigtails?
Oh, absolutely. You're looking good. Well, you say what the world needs now is love, and I think the world needs a banjo tune, so we'll try that. And this gentleman in the banjo tune, he's finding love in his sweet baby's arms. Now ain't gonna work on the railroad, ain't gonna work on the farm. Gonna lay around the shack till that mail train comes back. Then I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Yes, I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till that mail train comes back. Then I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Now where were you last Saturday night when I was lying up in jail? Walking in the streets with another man. Well, you wouldn't even go my bail. But that's okay, 'cause I'm rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Yes, I am. I'm rolling in my sweet baby's arms. I'm gonna lay around the shack till that mail train comes back. Then I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Well, your parents, they say they don't like me. They tell me to stay away from your door. Well, if I had my life to live over again, you know I wouldn't go there anymore. Because I'm gonna roll in my sweet baby's arms. Yes, I am. Rolling in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till that mail train comes back. Then I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till that mail train comes back. Then I'll roll in my sweet baby's arms. Why not? I like that song, and since I've got the banjo in my hands and on my lap and wherever it is, I'll sing a very different kind of song about a grandfather, a little different from my grandfather, but you know, he had this clock, and it went like this. Oh, my grandfather's clock was too large for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor. It was taller by half than the old man himself, though it weighed not a penny, weighed more. It was born on the morn of the day that he was born, and it was always his treasure and his pride. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. 90 years without stumbling, tick-tock, tick-tock, his life seconds numbering, tick-tock, tick, oh, it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. Now in watching the pendulum swing to and fro, many hours years that he spent as a boy. And in childhood and manhood the clock seemed to know and to share in his grief and his joy. For it struck 24 when he entered in the door with a blooming and beautiful bride. But it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. Now it rang an alarm in the dead of the night, an alarm that for years had been dumb. And we knew that his spirit was pluming for flight, that his hour of departure had come. Still the clock kept its time with a soft and muffled chime as we silently stood by his side. But it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, tick-tock, tick-tock, his life seconds numbering, tick-tock, tick. Oh, it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. I love picking that song. All right. I think we'll go back to Ed unless the chorus has something that you're eager to perform. Okay, I'm not sure.
We're happy listening.
Happy listening, Ed. Happy trails to you. Let me put you on spotlight and we will all listen.
Okay, song by Bill Staines. I can get my hair out of the way here. I was born in the path of a winter wind, raised when the mountains were old. The springtime waters came dancing down. I remember the tales they told, the whistling ways of my younger days, too quickly have faded on by. All of my memories linger on like a light in the fading sky. River, take me along in your sunshine, sing me a song, ever moving and winding and free. You roll an old river, you change an old river, let you and me, river, run down to the sea. I've been to the city and back again. I've been to things that I've learned. Met a lot of good people and I called them friends. Felt the change when the seasons turn. I've heard all the songs that the children sing, and I've listened to love's melody. I've felt my own music within me rise, like the wind in the autumn breeze. River, take me along in your sunshine, sing me a song, ever moving and winding and free. You roll an old river, you change an old river, let you and me, river, run down to the sea. Someday when the flowers are blooming still, someday when the grass is still green, my roving waters will round me bend, flow into the open sea. Here's to the rainbow that followed me here, here's to the friends that I've known, Here's to the song that's within me now. I will sing it where'er I go. River, take me along in your sunshine. Sing me a song, ever moving and winding and free. You roll in old river, you change in old river. Let you and me, river, run down to the sea.
Oh, I love that song. That's a great song. Thank you, Ed. Give it up for Ed Hilton. Great. Well, Ed, I bet you got one that could follow that nicely.
Another song about a river.
Oh, okay.
I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backwoods old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Adrie Hill, where the air smelled like snakes. We'd shoot with our pistols. Empty pop bottles was all we would kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. The coal company came with the word flash a shovel, tortured the timber and stripped all the land. They dug for their coal till the land was forsaken. They put it all down to the progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes float down the Green River. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away.
All right. Give it up for Ed Hilton. That's terrific.
Rivers.
Boy, trains and rivers. I don't know. Maybe you have to sing about airplanes next or something. You could sing Amelia Earhart.
Ah, I got it.
Why don't you do it?
Want me to do it now?
Yeah, why don't you do it? That's a good song.
Like a ship out on, like a ship out on the ocean. Like a ship out on the ocean, just a speck. I seem to be having trouble getting my voice to go into D here. Like a ship out on the ocean, just a speck against the sky. Amelia Earhart flying that sad day, with her partner Captain Noonan on the 2nd of July. Her plane fell in the ocean far away. There's a beautiful, beautiful field far away in a land that is fair. Happy landings to you, Amelia Earhart. farewell, First Lady of the Air. She radioed position and said that all was well, although the fuel within her tanks was low. But they'd land on Howland Island and refuel her monoplane. Then on their trip around the world they'd go. There's a beautiful, beautiful field far away in a land that is fair. Happy landings to you, Amelia Earhart. Farewell, First Lady of the Air. You have heard the story of this awful tragedy. We pray that she may fly safe home again. In days to come, though others blaze a trail across the sky, we'll ne'er forget Amelia and her plane. There's a beautiful, beautiful field far away in a land that is fair. Happy landings to you, Amelia Earhart. Farewell, First Lady of the Air. Happy landings to you, Amelia Earhart. Farewell, First Lady of the Air.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you. You've covered all the means of transportation, or most of them. I don't
Most
know.
of them.
That's great. Give it up for Ed Hilton. Thank you. And I will sing a little song that I know Victoria likes and people like, Simple Gifts, and then we will go to the SGI chorus to sing us out with Amazing Grace. How's that? But here's Simple Gifts. Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, we will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we will not be ashamed. Turning, turning will be our delight, and by turning, turning we come round right. Simple Gifts. And now let us hear that wonderful SGI chorus one more time.
Do you want to go out with this little light of mine? Because we've only got a few minutes. We can do that.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
just
I'm
do.
okay with
We're
that.
just gonna do this little light of mine. I don't think there's time to do two.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
All right, we'll do a short version of Amazing Grace.
Okay, we'll do the first verse.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. We gotta. I don't know what's happened, but move this back, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Oh, and actually, Nancy, they can actually see us. Just
Okay,
yeah, you're leading.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a was blind, but now I see.
Same course, same verse.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, in my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, in my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. In my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Well, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right. Well, you guys are shining, that's for sure. So good to see everybody.
Yay.
Thank you for Pittsburgh Seal Nursing and Rutlinger, and for tuning in, and
yay! Thanks for being with
Isaac Silva
us.
and Eugene, and so good to see you. And let me
And what?
and next week
Okay.
on Friday at 2 p.m. Join us. It'll be the LITA Performance Hour. Goodbye for now. Hello, everybody. Okay.